Hey, I am Will, and I'm a
I'm
huge Yankee fan.
and I'm Lucas. I'm a big Mets fan.
You're listening to WDLD Sports, where we talk everything New York Mets and New York Yankees.
How's everyone today? If you like what you see, always like and subscribe. Hit the bell, reshare, repost, whatever you're watching this on. Anyways, get into it. How you feeling this week? We had a Wednesday episode, so it's technically a little bit shorter. But
Yeah, a little
how are
shorter.
we feeling in the past series?
Well, I mean, besides getting lambasted yesterday against the Rockies, it looks like they're going to pull it out today and take the series. But it kind of drives me crazy a little bit because
Mhm.
they can be so good and then so bad the next day. I know that's baseball season, right?
That is baseball season.
But I mean, hey, today they went back to back to back, belly to belly to belly. So,
And it was all on three meatballs. We know Judge only hits meatballs.
wow, wow,
Judge
wow.
Judge is a meatball merchant.
Judge is a meatball merchant. All right, don't read the comments when this gets
Oh,
posted and see what people say.
oh. Look, okay, that's a running theme I've seen with Judge. But anyways, week for both teams, I think is getting better. The wild card race is getting tighter. The AL East race for the Yankees is getting tighter. We got a
Yeah,
lot to talk about.
yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, the wild card. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let you go first. Let's talk about the Metsies over here. What? So do you? How do you feel about them making the playoffs? Do you think that they have a legitimate shot at making the
I
playoffs?
absolutely think they have a legitimate shot, and I think
Okay.
I think the fact that they're still in it means they're probably going to be in it till the end.
Yeah, but is it going to be in it to the end and then like upset, like, oh, they just made it, oh, they just didn't make it,
I
or
mean,
is it going to
okay,
be?
this happened with the Mariners in 2021. If you remember, they literally couldn't lose or they were eliminated. I think they had like four straight games where they physically couldn't lose or they were eliminated. And
Yeah, but who's
Lindor
going to
with the
take
beat
the
off
Mar?
with the leadoff hit, he's too good.
Yeah, but no one takes the Mariners seriously, no matter how many games they win. I mean, it's the
I think I
Mariners.
think I think we're just hating on the Mariners.
Well, totally are. I mean, they're just not.
Well, they are
Yeah.
a bad franchise. You can't lie. Like
I mean,
no hate to them, but they're
Nintendo,
they're unfortunately they don't win anything.
doesn't Nintendo own them?
I don't think so anymore.
I
But
I thought
I
Nintendo.
think they have like a stake in it.
They do,
That's
right?
why that's why they put Nintendo stuff in the ballpark.
I don't know. I mean, I always feel like playing in Seattle is like playing at the end of the world. Like no one knows you, no one
I don't
cares.
even know how you play in Seattle. Like
I mean,
that's such a pitcher's ballpark for a hitter. Like I don't know. I don't think you can have a good offensive season in that ballpark. It's
Robinson
just
Cano, Robinson Cano, he went there.
he did
He played pretty well.
roids. He did roids in that ballpark.
He had to do roids because he couldn't hit the ball because
Cause
it's a
you
pitcher's
can't.
park.
Oh my god.
Is that what happened?
Pretty
Is that
much.
what
That
true
is
story?
exactly what happened.
True story? Is that what
Anyways, what's
really
going on
happened?
in Mets land?
Yeah,
On
what is
Wednesday when we were recording the episode, we had the game on live, and the Mets gave up the lead.
you? I don't watch Met games. I could care less about what the Mets do.
Well, you know what I mean. We had it we had it live. We were live chatting it.
I'm just messing with you. You know that.
We had it up. It was like 3-3 in like the seventh inning. The Orioles tied the game. Game stayed tied. Luckily, bullpen held it down. Edwin Diaz came in, quick inning, and then Jesse Winker with the full circle moment, opposite field against Dominguez again, walk off home run, and the Mets win 4-3. Great win. Love to see Jesse Winker get. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna. You give Jesse Winker all this crap, then Jesse Winker comes here, and then Jesse Winker hits a walk off home run.
Well, his MLB The Show card is now supercharged.
I saw
So
that. We had a lot of supercharged cards.
yeah, they last when they first did supercharging with MLB The Show, it was one card per team. Now it's like they
My
don't care.
problem with I'm glad that they changed the supercharged thing because it should just be if someone does something like really great, then they should get supercharged. It shouldn't be limited to like one or two people per day.
Hmm. Yeah, Verdugo got a hit just now.
He did what?
Exactly.
Pete Alonso just swung 3-0 and missed it. Great job.
Verdugo just got a hit. He's on base for the that guy. But LeMahieu's batting now, so
I thought LeMahieu like died yesterday on the
Uh,
forgive. Didn't he get hit in
yeah,
the face?
yeah, he got hit in the face. Was it yesterday or the day before he got hit in the
Something like
face?
that, but he got hit in the face.
Yeah, he got
I
in the
thought he
face
would
during
be
batting
like at
practice.
least get concussed or something like that. That's not.
Nope, He's
It's kind of
back and
scary.
he's back and he's batting right now and he's 1 for 3
Wow.
today. So
Surprise.
yeah, so we'll
Well,
see.
keep going against the Mets. They are in San Diego right now. Game 4. Again, we're live. We have live on here. In here. Thursday, held it down against Dylan Cease. That was my main concern. Dylan Cease is just such a great pitcher, man. Like, that was a great trade from them. And I wouldn't say they got to him, but they scored enough that it was enough. Like, they scored 3 off of him. Sevy, 5 innings, 1 run. Decent. Then the bullpen came in, held it down, which I give massive props to. And then they teed off in the 9th inning, and they got the win 8-3. Which
Nice.
is, honestly, that's just massive win to win the first game. And the second, Paul Blackburn starts the game and gets injured, which really stinks. He wasn't pitching well, but then he had a ball deflect off his elbow, and he went down. 100 mile per hour off the elbow, off his throwing elbow.
Oof.
They gave him an MRI. It is not serious. It's just a bruise, luckily. Just a bruise. He's on the 15-day IL. He's going to miss 2 starts. Which means
so
Tyler McGill is going to be starting, which is great. We love Tyler McGill. We don't. But Mets just, they couldn't touch Joe Musgrove again, and that really stinks. I wanted to take it to him after the wild card. If you remember what happened the year he had he definitely was totally cheating. I think you guys need to like cope on that. He was totally cheating. Mets lose that 1-7-0. Just didn't score off of him. Very unfortunate. Saturday, that was yesterday. The offense was very commanding. Lindor proving why he should be in the MVP conversation. We made that video and it blew up. That's awesome. That makes us very happy. But Lindor hits 2 home runs. One of them's a grand slam. 5 RBIs. They tee off against Michael King, who didn't deserve it. Michael King should have. Michael King's final line was so weird because he gave up 5 runs, and only one of them was earned. Because Manny Machado makes an error, and then Lindor hits the grand slam. So, he pitched better than his stat line. But Lindor, again,
Hey, so the bottom
carries.
so the bottom of the Yankee order is raking right now. Verdugo
Really?
gets a hit. LeMahieu comes up, gets a hit. Verdugo to third. We got first and third right now.
You guys are leading by 4. The game's over. The game's already over.
I mean,
the Rockies are not coming back.
If it was in Colorado, I would say let's wait and see. But yeah, it's at Yankee Stadium, so yeah, the game's probably it's bottom of the 8th right now. So
he's gonna give Judge another meatball and he's gonna hit it.
Give Judge another meatball.
Saturday was yesterday again. So that Mets won that one 7-1. So final game today. They're trying to take 3 out of 4 against the Padres. They've already taken the season series, so that's huge. If there's gonna be a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
but
the Padres are 2.5.
How did the Yankees do this? How did the Yankees do in these few days?
The Yankees. I mean, let me not be so. They took 2 out of 3 from the Guardians, right? Mm-hmm. Then there looks like they're going to take 2 out of 3 from the Rockies, and then they go play the Nationals. Tomorrow until Monday through Wednesday. So, I mean, I really got no complaints, man. Like, I can't sit here and say, oh, well, it for me, it's more of when they're bad, they're really bad, and when they're good, well, and it's indicative, right? It's like when they start hitting, they win games. When they don't hit, they don't win. And you can't sit here and say, like, the Yankees can't just be Judge and Soto. You need Judge, Soto, Glaber. You need LeMahieu. You need Verdugo. You need everybody. And it looks like moving Glaber.
Sport. It's a team sport for a reason.
Well, exactly, and it looks like moving Glaber to the leadoff spot has been really good for him. It's been really good for the team. Like it looks like he's just become a role player. Like he's playing a role, and he's actually doing a really good job. He's getting on base. He's taking pitches. He's taking his walks. He's not trying to hit home runs. I think that might be the best thing that best case scenario with Glaber right now. As much as everybody likes to hate on him for his defense, and granted his defense is terrible, but I think having him as leadoff right now on this lineup is actually helping the team a lot more. I think they might have found something there, putting him in that spot. What do you think?
If you're not worried about the offense, Aaron Boone said yesterday, I think, that he probably continues to have Will Warren in the pitching rotation. And Will Warren is, let's just say, not the greatest pitcher. Are you not happy
Well,
with this decision?
well, no. The problem with
Or
Warren is that he's not ready to be in the majors. He still needs to go down to the minors, work on things. He needs to get better, and he's not going to get better just playing. And Glaber just hit a home run, 3-run home run. This game's over. It's
yeah,
10-3 now.
season over
Glaber
DFA.
Day.
Season over
Jones.
DFA.
Yeah, season over. Yeah, season over. The game's over. It's not over, but you know what I mean. Right,
No,
so
like they're
Glaber's-
not coming. They can score 5 runs. You wouldn't care.
Yeah, they're not coming back. Bring in Clay Holmes now. Bitch, who
No.
cares?
Bring in the ghost of Michael Tonkin, who we should be speaking about now. Michael Tonkin was DFA'd today.
Yes.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
I'm very surprised too. I was
Because
very happy with him.
He will be picked up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely he will. And he's going to take what he learned with the Yankees and he's going to apply that and he's going to become one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history.
What I believe is that I think a team that is contending should really be on that, because pitch to contact, he can eat innings.
Yes. Yep.
He's your perfect mop-up guy at this point. And they put him in high leverage situations he was working.
He was actually
which
really
is a surprise
good
to me.
Yes, he was in high leverage situations.
Recently his ERA since the All-Star break is not so good. But there are so many better options that they could have gotten rid of, that it kind of confuses me why the Yankees chose to do that. Because now they got Phil Bickford coming up. He was with the Mets last year. From what I've seen, he doesn't know how to locate very well. He has some he's pretty nasty if he can get on, but he doesn't know how to locate very well. I don't think he's a major league pitcher. And I think the fact that you had a major league pitcher over not a major league pitcher, it was enough. And they just chose to get rid of him. So,
and the funny thing is, if you look at Michael Tonkin, he passes the eye test. Like, you watch him pitch, he's effective. Just watching him, I know, like they say his ERA was like 5 or whatever since the All-Star break, but he passes the eye test. Like he goes up there, he eats innings, he doesn't give up a whole lot of runs. I mean, I don't know. But you know, this is the Yankees, and they have they got their guys in the back calculating everything, looking at the stats, and going, "Okay, we gotta bring this guy." Who knows?
Blake's lab is
his
in
lab.
there.
It's like Dexter's laboratory.
Oh my God, Dexter's lab.
But yeah, man, it's just, we'll see though. Like, I don't know, but Will Warren, he needs seasoning. You could see there's something there.
No spice, no flavor.
No spice, no flavor. No, but you see there's something there, but he's just not ready for the majors. And you're throwing him into the Wolves, and in New York, like, that's the worst place to be thrown to the Wolves.
You can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that.
So, but the problem is, who else do they have, right? Like, Heel is out for who knows how long he's going to be out for. And not only that, though, he's pretty much reached his innings limit anyway. So he was probably going to go to the bullpen anyhow. So, in which that would be great, man. A guy would hit stuff in the bullpen coming out in the playoffs. Woo-wee.
Well, in the playoffs, you need 3 people in your rotation.
All right. So who are those 3 people going to be?
Because you have 3 people, and then you move the rest of the bullpen. Well, of course, it's going to be Cole.
Stroman.
Then Stroman, maybe. I honestly don't think Stroman is a good playoff pitcher, because Stroman doesn't give you enough. In the playoffs, you need someone that's going to lock it down. And Stroman just pitches okay every time. It's just okay, but you can't settle for just okay in the playoffs.
So who are you taking, though? Okay, so you taking Rodon or Stroman?
That's my issue, because I don't think Rodon is good at all. I think Rodon's win-loss inflates his thing. Rodon just has a really good win-loss. I'm not trying to hate on Rodon here. I just think Rodon and what's his name are the same pitcher in rotation. Rodon and Nestor are pretty much the same pitcher, just with different win-losses.
I feel like Rodon and Stroman, it's a toss-up between the two, but I feel like Rodon will have more upside.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But then you would move Stroman to the bullpen.
Yeah, Stroman will go to the bullpen. So that means you have Cole, Nestor, and Rodon, with Stroman in the bullpen.
So game 1, 2, 3, which I think is acceptable. unless it's
But
the
Nestor
Astros.
has to pitch at home. You don't want Nestor pitching on the road. So you're gonna if you know he's gonna pitch in home
Yeah.
games only. You don't want him on the road. But you know what I could see also? I could see Cole coming in and being the closer too. I could see him
The
coming in.
closer? No, they're gonna stick
I
with
could
Clay
see
Holmes. I'm sorry to tell you, but Clay
no.
Holmes is the
All right,
closer, man.
think about it like this: the game's on the line, right? The game's on the line. You're
Is it an
bringing
elimination
in
game?
elimination game.
Like final
Cole's
game 7?
Cole's burned. Yeah, Cole's burned. You know, he's pitched game 5, right? So he's got
Cole's
2
coming
days
in.
rest.
Cole's coming in.
Cole's coming in.
This is
Like,
this
there's
is
no
bum,
freaking way.
This is
This
a
is
Bumgarner.
Bumgarner.
This is Bumgarner situation. Cole's coming in.
Exactly.
But I'm
I mean,
I'm saying if Cole in a normal, like, if you make it to, if you're in the wild card series, let's say the Yankees don't win the division, wild card series against whoever the heck, I don't care, Minnesota or Cleveland, 2-2. Sorry, 1-1. 1-1. Game 3 at home, up 1. Clay Holmes is
he's not
available.
coming in.
Garrett
he's
Cole
not coming
pitched,
in.
No, Garrett Cole pitched game 1. Does Garrett Cole come in game 3?
I'm bringing in Cole.
Really? I don't. I just
win at all costs, man.
I don't
win
see
at
it.
all costs. It's war.
You know
It's
what? I'm
war.
gonna flip that to the Mets. That now I'm gonna think about this. Game 3 in the wild card. If you're in a situation, Edwin Diaz is available. Luis Severino pitched game 1. Do you bring in Luis Severino?
Edwin Diaz today is better than Clay Holmes. Okay, so I don't even. It's not even a talk. It's not even.
We
It's not even a
need to
debate.
make a conversation about.
It's not
Edwin
even a
Diaz.
debate. It's
Because
not even a debate.
Edwin Diaz figured out the type of pitcher he was, because he came into the year and he was like, "All right, I'm still me. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna blow up by everyone. I'm gonna strike everyone out." That's not the pitcher he is anymore. He tried to keep pumping 100, throwing it right down the middle. Didn't matter. They're just gonna miss. But he has to. He realized he can't, because I'm noting on the mound, he's going 95, 96. He's not getting it up to 100 very much anymore. Like, sometimes he will, but not really. So he's got to come in. He's got to locate. He's got to. He can't just mow everyone down. He used to go out of an inning with a save and 3 strikeouts, and now it's like, if he's gonna get the save, you might get no strikeouts. But he had to change the pitcher he was. His ERA since the All-Star break is almost under 1, which is really good to see.
But my point exactly. So in a close game, if I'm choosing between Clay Holmes and Edwin Diaz, I'm bringing in Edwin Diaz every single time.
Bringing in Edwin Diaz. Really?
I'm bringing in 2024 Edwin Diaz every single time. I don't care that he's not throwing 100. I trust him more right now today than I would trust Clay Holmes ever.
Well, I think it's because it's because Edwin Diaz figured out the type of pitcher he is now. That's honestly, that might be the root of a lot of pitchers' problems. A lot of pitchers try and do what they're probably not supposed to be doing. Like, here, what's his name? David Peterson on the Mets. He needs to stop. He this year he's 8-1. His ERA is like 2.86. You know what David Peterson's stats were like every year? ERA like mid-4s. But because this year, he doesn't care if he gives up hard contact. He's pitching up to outs. Last game yesterday, he went 7 1/3 inning pitch, and maybe over half of the pitches were barreled. But it doesn't matter because he got the out. It doesn't matter.
So they just brought in Mazza. He has a 7.92 ERA. Meanwhile, Michael Tompkins just got DFA.
Who did they bring in?
Mazza.
Oh, Tim Meza.
I always say his name wrong. Tim Meza. Yeah, they just brought him in. Meza.
Well, you need to stat pad. He
7.92 ERA.
You need to let him stat pad.
Ugh.
Stat pad against the bad team to get the ERA down so it looks good.
Ugh. I mean, whatever. I mean, that's baseball, right? Like they have their reasons for DFAing.
I'm confused at that. But well, what's next for both of us? What's next for the Mets? What's next for the Yankees? You can go first.
I mean, I was thinking we look ahead at we've got about 30 something games left, right? If that, for the season.
Real question is, do you play Baltimore again?
Yes, Baltimore is the end of September.
No way.
Yeah, you play them. The Pirates are the last 3 games of the season, which is great.
That's us with the Braves. Right.
Yeah, but you're playing like the wounded Braves, so who cares? Like the
No, but
Braves aren't.
we play the Braves and then the Brewers, who we never beat. We end the series in Milwaukee. Ugh, it stinks.
Oof,
We
oof.
suck against the Brewers.
So all right. So here's the remainder. All right, I'm gonna tell you who they're playing, and you tell me. I'm gonna say who they're playing, and you say 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3,
I'll do
or
that. I'll
sweep.
do that too. Let me pull up the Mets schedule. I'll
Okay.
do that for you too.
All
Let me
right.
get it
Let me know when you're ready.
because I like this idea. I think it's good to get someone else's view here. All right, go ahead.
All right. So we got the Nationals coming up.
Dylan Cruz is making his debut. If you didn't know, Dylan Cruz, #1 prospect, drafted right next to Paul Skeens, making
Okay.
his debut against them. I think 2 out of 3. They get
Two
two
out of
out of
three.
three from that.
Okay. Two
I
out of
would
three.
not be surprised. I think the Nationals are better than you think they are. I don't
Okay.
think I still don't think they're that good, but I think they're better. I think they're better than you think they are.
All right. Cardinals.
In St. Louis,
At home.
at home.
Cardinals at
If
home.
it was in St. Louis, I'm like no, but it's at home, so I think 2 out of 3. Unless
Two out of
but I
three.
wouldn't be surprised if they don't win that series.
Okay. Okay. Rangers in Arlington. Oh,
Nah,
I
they're
might
loose.
go.
They're
Hey,
not.
maybe I'll
You
go.
should go.
Yeah, maybe I should go.
You should
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
In
Rangers in
Arlington, love
Arlington.
that.
In
That stadium.
Arlington.
Have you been to that stadium yet?
No, I've driven by it, but I haven't. No,
They
have
have
not been there.
this big hot
Remember,
dog.
we went to WrestleMania when they had just built it. We had went and it was just built, but they weren't.
No,
It wasn't open yet.
it wasn't just built yet. We were right next to it though.
Yeah, we were next to it, but it
Like
looks like it was up.
under.
It was up,
No,
right?
that was the old Ranger Stadium. It
Oh,
still
that was
exists.
okay.
You know
Okay.
the old Ranger Stadium is not knocked down. It's used for like football now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
All right, so we got Rangers.
It's right next to the new Ranger Stadium. That's why.
Okay.
But
Cubs.
still, like that's cool.
After
That's a good That's a good looking stadium.
After that, they go to Wrigley and play the Cubs.
You got 2 out of 3. The Cubs aren't. The Cubs are a shell of their former self. The Cubs are I don't even know what to say. The Cubs are not good anymore. They're calling up anyone they have in the minors to see if they got good prospects.
Looks like the game is over right now. No, the game's not over yet. There's 2 outs. Charlie Midnight just grounded into a looks like a double play. Charlie Midnight. All right, so we got after that we got the Kansas City Royals at home.
Royals are a very good team, dude.
But they owned the Royals. Yeah, but they owned the Royals.
That is true. Although remember Rodon in like the second to last game of the year gave up like 8 runs without getting it out in the first inning.
Yeah, Rodon. He's a Katy Perry song. He's hot and he's cold. He's yes and he's no. That's basically Rodon.
Oh my god.
He's a total Katy Perry song. All right,
the amount of face palms you got from the viewers is insane.
All right, and then we got after that. Now this series right here, depending on how the Yankees play, if they go 2 out of 3, I'm not worried about it. But if they kind of slump and they don't play well over the span, the Red Sox come in for 4-game series.
4 games.
The Red Sox
here's what
right
I'm
now.
Gonna say. I'm going to say this.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay,
hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Right now, the Red Sox for the wild card, right? The Red Sox are 5 games out of a playoff spot for the wild card, right?
Yeah.
Now,
not great.
Yeah, not great, right? But the Red Sox have seemed to own the Yankees this year. So that series could, depending on how the Orioles play, depending on how the Yankees play over the next couple of weeks, this could be a huge series for the Yankees. It could be a make it or break it. I don't want to sound like sky is falling, but man,
it's in September, so
a lot of drama there. Could be a lot of drama there.
Well, what I want to say is I think the Orioles basically they turned their season around a few days ago. They were down 3 in the 8th inning. It was like they were still slumping after losing the series to us against the Astros at home. Anthony Santander hit the grand slam to put them up 1. I think that turned their season back around, and I think there's room for concern for a lot of Yankees fans there because they turn around. They're going for the sweep today against
Santander.
the Astros.
I always call Santander the classiest baseball player because his last name is Santander. I'm a classy man, Santander. He's
Dude,
a classy
I don't know how
baseball
many
player.
face palms we're gonna get from you today.
I don't know. All right, so then after the Red Sox, then they have to go over to the West Coast to the middle of nowhere to play the Mariners.
The middle of no. We got swept by the Mariners. We got swept. They did not
Middle of
hit
nowhere.
in Seattle. They scored a total of 1 run in Seattle. 1.
All right, final score just now. The Yankees just beat the Rockies. They won the series 10-3. You know what?
Series you got to win.
Series you got to win. They won. Great. All right. And then they go
Next.
play the A's.
Here's my thing. The Yankees are. I'm real. I don't think the Yankees always beat the A's. I don't think the Yankees sweep
No,
the A's.
they don't.
I think the Yankees
No,
get
I
2
don't
out of
think
3.
they do.
I think the Yankees.
Yeah, I
That's
think
your
they'll
last
take
time in
2 out of
Oakland,
3.
right? That's your last
Yes,
time in the
that's it.
Coliseum.
And that's it. And then
Right.
back to New York, back to the Bronx for a 3-game series against Baltimore.
I'm undecided on that one because that decides the season. And if it's still there, that decides who wins the division, basically.
Yeah, and then you finish it off with the Pirates, which is whatever.
At home.
And that's it.
Yeah,
And that's the
you can beat the Pirates.
That's the rest of the season. The Pirates don't scare me. What scares me is how they play over the next couple of weeks leading up to the Kansas City and
That's
Boston.
how I would be feeling right now. So
because I could see them going. I could see the Royals coming in, and the Yankees suddenly slump, forget how to hit, and then the Red Sox come in and just put the nail in the coffin. And then all of a sudden the Red Sox are a game out of a wild card spot, and the Yankees are fighting for their lives.
That wouldn't be good.
And then they got to fly over and play the Mariners, and then the A's, and you got to West Coast. Ugh, I always hate West Coast games because
I don't hate West Coast games because I'm a freaking child. I can just stay up and watch the game.
See, I'm an old man. I fall asleep early.
I can tell. 7:10 is my favorite start time. 7:10
yes,
is
I
perfect.
agree.
Because I can eat dinner and watch the game. I can be fine. I don't like day games. I just don't like day games because of the lighting. I think it's just, I don't know. I just don't like day games. All right. We'll do this one for the Mets now. Here's you. This is you.
All right.
After the Padres series, they go into Arizona. That's the second big. This was a big series. That series is bigger because the Diamondbacks are also ahead of us in the wild card. 3 games against the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
You gotta hope you gotta win 2 out of 3. I'm not saying you're going to. You have to win 2 out of 3.
In Arizona, the Mets got Manaea, Sevy, and McGill in Arizona. I'm nervous, man.
You should be.
This game, I don't like. If the Mets don't win this game, a split, whatever. Split in San Diego, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Like if they win the series, amazing, great. If they don't win if they split it, that's fine. You won the season series. They're 5-1 against the Padres this year. They clobbered them every game pretty much.
Right now, well, that's good because if you got to win, you win today, then you gain a game on the Padres, right? Because they're 2.5 games ahead of the Braves.
It's kind of hard to win when Jose Quintana's pitching. That's
Jose Quintana.
He's so bad.
It doesn't matter though. You got to win. You got to win this game. This is a must-win.
After the Diamondbacks get a little breather, we're going to Chicago. 3 against the White Sox.
Chicago. Oh, you got it. That has to be a sweep.
But Jose Quintana's pitching in that series. Jose Quintana's giving up 10 runs against the White Sox.
Be a little optimistic here.
I wouldn't be surprised. They just need to They need to sweep them. They need to sweep the White Sox. The White Sox are about to lose their 100th game today.
All right. I just want a quick side note, a quick sidetrack here.
Mm-hmm.
With the remaining games that the Yankees have against, they're playing the Nationals, who are terrible. Cardinals, who are okay, right? Then they're playing the Rangers, the Cubs, who are terrible. Kansas City is a good team. Boston is, who knows when you play them. Do you think Judge has a chance to break the record? He's going to see a lot of bad pitching. He's going to see a lot of mediocre pitching.
He's going to see a lot of bad pitching. But in my opinion, I think Judge is gonna get close, and Judge is gonna tie his own record.
Oh, and when I say home run record, I don't mean the all-time home run record. I mean
Judge's record.
The Judge's record, the American League.
I think Judge is either gonna get close or tie it. I think Judge would have to have like an insane stretch, a few multi-home run games to get there.
Yeah, but he's on pace. He's exactly where he's exactly where he was today, with the amount of home runs he has today, because he had 2 today.
Which is just insane, man.
He flipped it. What happened last year was that he hit 2 yesterday and 1 today. So today he hit 1 yesterday and 2 today. So he's exactly at 51, exactly where he's on pace to break
Well,
to hit 62. He's
the
on
real
pace.
question is how many meatballs is he gonna get?
Oh gosh, meatballs. Hey, you still gotta hit it.
He's the meatball man.
Hey, you throw me a meatball, I'm not hitting it out of the park. So
They should open a restaurant in Yankee Stadium called Judge's Meatballs.
Oh gosh,
he gets so many. Like,
he's
honestly,
such a hater. He's such a hater.
I'm not the only one. Check Twitter. I'm not the only one.
They're just jealous because they can't hit the ball like Judge. Come on.
Yeah.
That's like Michael Jordan. He was only good because he had Pippen. Whatever, dude. Come on. Stop.
All right.
Stop.
After this horrible, horrible road trip, which I hated, I'm glad they're gonna be back. Back home in September. First series of September. 3 against the Red Sox. What do we got?
Oh, I need you to sweep that series. I need you to win 2 out of 3. Put them to sleep for us.
I'm gonna be real. The Mets don't play well against the Red Sox. Like they have 86 against them, but now the Mets are just against the Red Sox.
Neither do the Yankees, but
okay. But yeah, and then we get rid of the Sox and we go to the Reds. Same at home. 3 against the Reds.
The Reds are one of those teams where they're not great, but man, when you play them,
they just like tee off on anyone.
Yeah, bro. They're just like they're not like but when you play them, they make older teams just look like
they catch up. Jose Quintana gets out of the leadoff double, rare W.
There you go.
But yeah, they make good teams look silly. I don't know how.
They do. Like they're one of those teams. They're just young and energetic, and they make your older team look like oh wait a minute, yeah.
Now, do you think back to when we had a Lindor debate? This one, do you think Ellie De La Cruz will get MVP votes?
Ellie De La Cruz is.
Look at his stats.
He's
Pull
not
up
even
Ellie De La Cruz's stats. It's shocking that I didn't realize he was. The only thing that's his issue is he strikes out too much. He got the batting. He got pretty much everything up. He just strikes out too much. This is his only issue. I don't think he'll get first place votes, but I think he might get like third place votes, fourth place, something like that. He'll be in the conversation.
You think?
MLB is advertising him as an MVP candidate.
I doubt it. He doesn't. It's not like the Reds are. The Reds are gonna win.
The team should matter. The team should not matter.
Yeah, but it does, man.
MVP is an individual award. It should not matter.
Yeah, but trust me, they take into account.
They do. And that's why I don't want Ohtani to win because I don't think Ohtani deserves it. Because MVP is a full player, you know?
No, but when you think about it, right? It's like this guy played on your team, and if you took him out of the team, where would your team be? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you judge that by the team making it to the playoffs, right? Making it to the right. And so it's kind of hard to say. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I think it's happened a couple of times, right? Where we've had MVPs. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure there've been a couple of MVPs on teams that didn't make the playoffs or losing teams, right?
My issue with Ohtani is one, in the DH has not won MVP before, never. DH has never won MVP. 2, Ohtani isn't a full player. Again, DH. MVP is full offense, defense, everything. He plays no defense. And people overshadow defense so much because that goes into WAR. I know we were talking about WAR. WAR isn't just a if you're hot or you're not stat. WAR is literally saying this is the amount of games that were won because of you.
Okay.
If you took out this player, you would have won this amount of games less than if you had this player.
Okay.
That's what WAR is.
All right, so MVPs from losing teams. I just pulled this up real quick.
All right, let's hear it.
Just Mike Trout.
Well, Mike Trout's Mike Trout, man. Like Mike Trout, if Mike Trout retired today, he would be first ballot Hall of Famer.
Chris Bryant from the Cubs. Well, actually, no. That doesn't make any sense because the Cubs won 103 games.
I was gonna say, I don't think.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, no.
Losing teams.
MVP teams were lower than second. So it looks like this goes back to the 80s. Oh, this goes back to the 30s. Wow. A-Rod with the Rangers won MVP in 2003.
A-Rod.
It's A-Rod. Robin Yount, 1989. Rod Carew, 1977.
Rod Carew, man, that's a pretty good hitter.
Larry Walker, 1997.
We love Larry Walker. What team was Larry Walker on?
He was on the Colorado Rockies.
I was gonna say, well, played for them. Oh, Jackie Robinson Rotunda.
Yeah, Jackie
But
Robinson
he's just
Rotunda, right? Yeah.
he's there because Citi Field is designed after Ebbets Field, which is the
Yes,
Brooklyn Dodger Stadium.
the Brooklyn Dodger Stadium. Yeah, because
That's why. That's why you
because
thought
the Mets. Yeah, that's why I thought of it. Because the Mets replaced the Dodgers. Well, they replaced the Giants, the Dodgers and the
Well, the Mets
Giants.
are supposed to be the Dodgers and the Giants combined.
Yeah,
That's the whole
that's
point.
why
Yeah.
their team colors are Dodger
That's why
blue
we have
and
Dodger blue and Giant orange.
Giant orange.
Well, I don't think we have Dodger blue. I'd say we kind of
Not anymore. Maybe back in the day. If
no.
you
Yeah. Well, they it was more like they just took blue. They just took the Dodgers that they had blue. You know.
yeah,
Anyways, back to the Mets schedule. After the short 6-game homestand against the Red Sox, they go north across the border, 3 against the Blue Jays. They are terrible against the Blue Jays.
the Blue Jays are horrible.
I don't care how horrible the Blue Jays are. They suck against the Blue Jays.
Oh, really? Now,
Did
do
you
you
see
think
yesterday what happened with the Blue Jays?
I did not. What happened with the Blue
Bowden
Jays yesterday?
Francis, Bowden Francis. That's going to go on. You need to learn that man's name soon. He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning
Against the Blue Jays?
No, as a Blue Jay. He's
Oh,
Blue
as
Jays
a
pitcher.
Blue Jay. Oh, sorry.
He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning. I think he had like 12 punch-outs, 8 innings. He went 8 innings, 1 run because he gave up a leadoff home run to Taylor Ward. That stinks, giving up a home run to break out the no-hitter. But still,
Oof.
pitched well. I think the Blue Jays rotation is really solid. I think the Blue Jays just didn't play well this year. And that's what they just killed their entire thing. Like, they have Gossman, they have Chris Bassett, they have all these decent starters, and they Barrios. They didn't trade any of those guys.
No.
And yet they still. I don't know what happened with the Blue Jays. They underperformed so much they had to get rid of everyone.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna get rid of Bo Bichette. He's not. Well, he's made it clear he's not coming back. So
they might just let the contract run out. They might not trade him. They might just let it run.
You got to trade him. You got to get something.
The Blue Jays are dumb. Atkins is a dumb GM.
Because Vlad Jr. is getting he's going to be a Blue Jay for life. He's not leaving. They're going to.
They got to lock up Vlad Jr.
Yeah, they're going to lock him up.
I was confused why the Red Sox locked up Devers in the middle of their terrible, but the reason is so Devers can be on the good teams when they're good again.
Of course.
They're like, oh, dude, you're a 5th place team. You don't trade this dude while you can. And I'm like, because when the Red Sox are good, they're going to have that firepower.
Exactly. I still think trading Mookie Betts was a mistake. I always said trading Mookie Betts.
But at least one of the guys that they have from that trade is still in the major leagues right now and hitting well. They have Connor Wong as their catcher. They got him from Mookie Betts.
True. All right. So how's the Mets schedule?
After the Blue Jays, this is a big one. After the Blue Jays, it's not. That's crunch time. Our end of the year schedule is brutal.
Okay.
Going to Philadelphia, 3 against the Phillies.
You could win that series.
I don't know if they win that series.
If you play perfect baseball. If your rotation lines up.
I don't know. If the rotation lines up, maybe.
But the Phillies are struggling. They're not really.
But this is in September. The Phillies might have gotten it together at that point once again, and that's my issue. You know?
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. All right, so you got Philly. So what? As long as you don't get swept, right? As long as you don't get swept.
You just can't get swept. Get swept. That sentence hurts me.
As long as you don't
remember
get swept.
2 years ago, Braves series in Atlanta in 2022, can't get swept. Win 1 game, you're division champions. They got swept. They got swept. They need to win 1 game. And then they swept the final series, and they would have won. It was so sad. Anyway, back home after the Phillies, 3 against the Nationals.
You got to sweep.
Sweep would be huge. Just got to win. You
just got to hope those games count still, right? Like you're still in it, and those games are.
I would hope they're still in it
at that point.
I guarantee one of these teams that's in a wild card is going to fall off, and I'm not going to. I hope they don't let it be them. They can't let it be them.
Who's gonna? Well, you got the Giants.
That happens every time you have a wild card race. One of the teams falls off toward the end.
The Cardinals, the Reds. I mean, none of those teams excite me about.
You think it's gonna be the Padres, Diamondbacks, Braves, and Mets until the end, and one of those teams isn't getting in?
Yes, I don't see the Giants. I don't see the Giants.
I don't think the Giants have this good. The Giants aren't that.
I don't see the Giants.
Cardinals aren't that good. The Cardinals
Cubs,
are
Cardinals.
Dude,
no.
Did you see the Cardinals lineup today? They have Matt Carpenter batting 3rd.
There
2024 Matt Carpenter.
Yeah. So I don't see it. I see if the Mets have a really good lineup. If they can if they can hit, they can win. Because there's no
About
here's the
right.
thing about baseball this year. There's no team that's really legit. There's no juggernauts this year. There's no team that's a
Yeah,
juggernaut.
we said this in a past episode. There's no team on pace for 100 wins.
There is
I know
nothing.
no team's gonna win 100
Nope.
games.
There are no juggernauts this year. So you really have an opportunity to win if you can 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Maybe get
That's
a
all you
sweep
have to
here and
do.
there. Get a
You don't
sweep,
have.
get a
That's all you have to
sweep.
do.
Braves, they've lost a lot of players.
Oh,
So
Michael Harris. Michael Harris just got re-injured today.
how much band-aiding can the Braves do? Right? The Padres are a good team. But again, they don't
I think
scare
the
me.
Padres finally got it together, but the problem is the Padres have 8 shortstops in their lineup.
Like they don't scare me. The Diamondbacks, I mean, yeah, okay.
Oh, the Diamondbacks' offense is terrifying. Have you seen how many clutch home runs? They might have 10 wins because, like 10, 15 extra wins because they've had clutch home runs.
They've won 6 in a row, so they're on fire right now.
Just swept the Red Sox. Yeah, it's just
they're on fire right now.
Now they go home to play us. Oh,
so
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I mean, can the Diamondbacks repeat? I mean, who knows, right?
They're looking like it. They got hot at the right time again.
Yeah,
That's what worries me.
I know, right? Like they're just gonna. It'll be Diamondbacks Astros. Ugh.
Diamondbacks Rangers again. I
No,
honestly
not
thought the
Rangers.
Diamondbacks were going to win the World Series, and then game one changed my view on that. I'm like, all right, they're buried. They got buried after the game one because they were leading and then they blew it.
Yeah.
Anyways, after the National Series, last 4 home games of the year, 4 against the Phillies. Crazy.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Phillies, Nationals, Phillies.
Yo, you need to get your dad to get you tickets for that series.
Dad, City Field is going to be lit up.
Your dad, and Brandon. You know Brandon's gonna be there.
Oh, he'll be there. We'll be there. We will be there no matter what.
Brandon is my brother. He's another huge Met fan. So
we will be there no matter what.
Oh, there you go with your Mets bling.
Bling.
Mets
That's
bling.
What we're calling it. And yeah, you have to win that series. You have to.
Yeah. No, I'm seriously.
You honestly, you just can't lose the series.
You can't.
You can't lose the series.
Oof.
You can split and make it and keep it where it is, but you can't lose the series.
No, you can't. And those games might be your season.
And then you got after the off day, 6 games in a row, 3 against Atlanta in Atlanta. Oh my God, that might decide the season.
So you got 7 games against division rivals at the end of the season.
10 games.
Oh, 10. Why? Who's after Atlanta? So you got 4 against Philly.
No. Listen to this: Phillies in Philly, home Nationals, home Phillies, away Braves. Wow.
Well, the Nationals, you don't really. I mean,
I know they're still
terrible.
division rival. They're still division rival.
Yeah, but you got to mop up on the Nationals. That's where you got to feast on that team.
Sure,
you got to annihilate them.
Oh my God. So
all I'm gonna say is good luck, bro.
Yeah, and then after the Braves, 3 against the Brewers, and that's the season. Their September is brutal.
That is a pretty brutal schedule, man. Yankees have a very easy schedule compared to that. Holy moly!
You know why? Because the Mets had their easy schedule this month, and they didn't really take advantage. I wouldn't say they didn't take advantage. I would just say they played how they probably should have if they were playing in September right now. They went basically 500.
So what do you think is their biggest issue right now? What is their biggest need?
It's the bullpen.
And you know what, though? That's pretty much every team right now.
How many games has the bullpen choked?
Look at Baltimore.
And here's bullpen and lack of good Jose Quintana starts. Because he comes in, and as I say that, 3 scoreless innings. I don't care. Still bad. He comes in and doesn't give them a chance to win. Doesn't.
All right.
And now Tyler McGill is going to be your fifth star. He's even worse. He's just righty Quintana. It's bad. It's bad.
All right, segue.
Got
a question for you.
All right.
Can Judge win the Triple Crown?
Can Judge win the Triple Crown? Yes and no. Yes, if he keeps what pace he's at. No, if he goes for pure power and starts striking out a little bit more. Because he might just be trying to go for the home runs. But that's not the type of player he is.
He's not. He's not like that.
Honestly, I don't even know. It's in the back of his mind, definitely, but you can tell that Judge probably isn't focused on getting that record. Judge just wants to win. Judge wants to win at the
I
heart of it.
agree. I
Judge,
agree.
Judge, the records are a bonus to winning for Judge.
Yes, true.
That that
Very
that's
true.
that's that's what it is basically for him.
Yeah, I think he's isn't, but doesn't Stephen Kwan? He has less at bats, so his
No,
average is gonna.
Stephen Kwan has fallen off. His average is still good, but his OPS is like 700 now.
But
Stephen
he
Kwan
has,
is just
but no, and maybe I'm wrong in this thinking, but because he has less at bats than the other players, which means he may not even qualify.
no. He might
But if
not
he
even. I think
does,
he is a qualified hitter, but he wouldn't get it
no,
because
but
Judge
no, wait,
has.
wait. But let me finish this. Because he has less at bats, wouldn't his batting average fluctuate more than, let's say, Judge's? Because Judge already has 500 at bats, where Kwan doesn't have that
Yes, for
many yet.
sure, for sure.
So if if Stephen Kwan were to get hot, and I know this is just like hyperbole. This isn't
No,
really,
no, I see what you're talking
So
about.
if he
Then
were to
maybe
get
Stephen,
hot,
if he got hot, then maybe. But
if he got
if he stays where he's at, then no, he's not gonna catch up.
Yeah, because I had a conversation with somebody, and I said they said, "Is Judge a Triple Crown winner?" And I said, "Well, Stephen Kwan, because last time I checked his stats were like a week ago, and he was batting like 340,
Let's
and
check.
I didn't check it recently. He's like 303 now." And the guy and the person I was speaking with responded to me. He goes, "Dude, are you high?" He's like I'm like,
Stephen Kwan is at 306
"Oh,
in
306. Okay, 306."
412 at bats. 306. Let's
So
what's Aaron Judge at? Let's see.
he's at
Judge,
330 something now, I
yeah,
think.
Stephen Kwan's 306 in like 416 at bats. Judge 332 in about 40 more at bats. Judge has.
All
Judge
right.
has.
So okay, so that 40 at bats. Okay, so yeah, you look at the at bats. His average isn't going to really fluctuate that much.
Judge has
So
got.
so
Judge has
take
got.
my theory, throw it out the window. I just like Stephen Kwan. I think he's a good player. I
I
think he's
think
a good
Stephen
hitter.
Kwan's a good player. I
He's a
agree.
really good hitter. He doesn't strike out. Like the guy just
No,
doesn't
he
strike
doesn't.
out.
He doesn't strike
Like
out.
that's a guy you want on your team. That's a guy you want betting leadoff. Just doesn't strike out. But anyway,
I crapped on a rise for being a singles merchant, and then 2 days ago he had a home run off of us.
dude, I would take a rise. I would take a rise on my team any day of the week. He's one of those weird players that nobody wants, but then when you have him on your team, you're happy
You're
you
like,
have him.
wow. You know
You're
what?
like, damn.
I still reminisce of 2022 McNeil. I miss 2022 McNeil. You couldn't get him out.
The flying squirrel.
He's getting back to form. I appreciate that we have at least a form of that now. But
Okay.
he's not the
All
same player.
And I got one more question for you before we close.
All right.
Yesterday at Yankee Stadium was Old Timers Day. It made me very nostalgic to see a lot of the players that I grew up watching.
I love Old Timers Day.
I love Old Timers Day. Mariano
Mets
was
probably
there.
will do it next year because they're doing it like every few years just to make sure it's because I think David Wright's not eligible yet anyway, so he has to do it next year.
A-Rod was there. Paul O'Neill.
All those guys.
A lot of the guys that I grew up watching and who I'm still nostalgic for.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this made me think: should A-Rod be given a monument in Monument Park?
Here's my issue with Monument Park. There's too many numbers in there already. There's too many numbers in there already.
Well, you know why there's so many numbers in there? Because the Yankees have had so many
because
great
the Yankees
players.
But the problem is the Yankees are going to get so many retired numbers that every player is gonna have like 70 as the number.
I'm okay with that.
Really?
Hey, you know why? The Yankees have a lot of great players. A lot of great players I've run through there. That's why you got Monument Park to celebrate the greatness.
I can appreciate that the Yankees have all the good players. What I can't appreciate is that numbers 1 through 10 are basically all taken, if not all taken.
You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, the question is though, should A-Rod be in Monument Park? Has he done enough as a Yankee? Steroids aside.
Have the steroids stopped any players from being in Monument Park? If yes, then no. If no, then yes. You know what I mean?
I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
We might need to check that. We might need to come back to this next episode and check. Because if the Yankees have someone who did steroids that's in Monument Park, then yes.
Allegedly, or that we think allegedly did. We don't know. Like allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right? Allegedly. Okay, but to piggyback on that question though.
Yo, he did steroids.
Whatever. Yeah, he admitted it, so we can't say he did or didn't, right? He did it. All right. Does A-Rod belong in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not saying steroid users shouldn't belong in the Hall of Fame because Barry Bonds should belong in the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
But
so
I
then if
think
you're gonna let in Barry Bonds, then why not let in A-Rod? Why not let in Roger Clemens? Let's open up the flood. Let them all in.
no, not Roger. No. You have to be a decent human to be in the Hall of Fame as well. You have to be a decent human as well.
No, but
But
I mean, but thing is, if you're gonna let in
yeah,
Bonds, if you're gonna say let Bonds in, then you have to let everybody else in. You can't be selective.
I'm not. I'm going to be selective because because Roger Clemens does not belong in the Hall of Fame.
You don't think Roger Clemens doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame? Pull up his stats. Look at his stats.
I don't care what his stats are. Roger Clemens is a dirtbag.
Rocket Man.
Oh, and JD Martinez with a home run.
Oh,
I'd like
JD
to see that.
Martinez.
Just dingers. Just dingers. You should be glad he's not on the Red Sox right now because he'd be hitting like 5 home runs in the series against you.
No, he wouldn't. He's a terrible player in my opinion. I can't stand him.
Terrible player.
Anyway, okay.
He's a meatball merchant.
He's a meatball merchant, exactly. So anyway, A-Rod should not be in the Hall of Fame in your opinion.
I think I wouldn't disagree with it. I'm not gonna push it, but I wouldn't disagree with it.
And you know what? We got to do this. This is what we're gonna do for next week. I'm gonna compile a list of players.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to compile a list of players too?
Sure. Should we
show each other's list of players? Because what if we overlap?
No, it's fine. We can overlap. If I say when you have, then we talk about it. Then we just don't bring it up. I think that we should. Yeah, let's compile a list of players and we'll play the Hall of Fame game. Should they or shouldn't they be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely. Do you want now? This is the actual Hall of Fame.
Actual Hall of Fame. They don't have to be steroid users per se. It could be a player that you really like Don Mattingly, right? Should Don Mattingly be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he should be.
I think that's a good segue we have for next week.
Yes. So next week, stay tuned for next week. We're gonna do the Hall of Fame game.
No, we should before we end, we should do a poll. We should see how long do you like these? Do you like these what we're doing now? I personally like these long episodes. Okay. I think the length we're at is good, but we want to see we should see what you think. I think.
Do you like the longer episodes or the shorter episodes?
The shorter episodes. Because in the longer episodes we can talk about a lot more. We can fit a lot more in.
True.
That's what I believe in. But closing thoughts.
Oh, one more thing. Should the Yankees release Verdugo?
No. Because look, okay, Verdugo sucks. I know Verdugo sucks, but who do you call up for Verdugo? And say Dominguez all you want, they're not going to do it. Dominguez.
I said
they're not going to do it. They're not going to. Dominguez will be a September call up probably. But will Dominguez get the playing time?
See, that brings back
to my point as well. Brett Beatty was injured, and now he probably won't be a September call. Brett Beatty is out for the season.
Ouch! What happened?
He swung the bat. I think. Let me see it real quick.
He swung the bat.
No, but it wasn't like a not good swing the bat.
He swung the bat and he got injured.
From @METS on Twitter, in Thursday's AAA game, Brett was struck by a pitch on his left index finger on a check swing. Imaging has revealed a fracture. A typical return to play for this type of injury is 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, so he's done. That's it. Poor guy. He has. I mean, hey, you know what? He could still have a bright future.
Brett Beatty. My problem with Brett Beatty is Brett Beatty has so much potential and doesn't show it because Brett Beatty just hits ground balls. Ground ball to short. Ground ball to second. Ground ball to first.
Hey, just keep in mind. Look at a player like Judge. He came up later in his late 20s, and he, no one projected him. It was him and Gary Sanchez. Everyone thought Gary Sanchez was going to be the second coming, right? And what happened?
Judge was your home run or nothing guy.
He's not a home run or nothing guy.
That's what they thought. That's what they thought he was going to.
Oh, you're right. Yes. They thought he was going to. I thought that. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. Big dude.
He's a big dude. The big dudes always think of Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn hits tanks, and that's all he does.
But you know what separates Judge from a lot of those players is that Judge seems to understand. He gets it. He seems to say, okay, I got to work on my batting average. Oh, I got to work on he works on stuff, and he becomes more. He works. And I'm not saying this as a Yankee fan. You just look at him, watching him play every day, watching him play year after year. He's gotten progressively better year after year because he seems to understand that. He seems to understand that he has to improve. He wants to improve. He wants to become a more complete baseball player. And that's what he's become. He's become a very complete baseball player. And you can hate on him. You can hate on him all he wants, call him Meatball Man or whatever. But he's a Meatball Man or whatever you want to call him. He hits meatballs. But he's a very complete baseball player. He has really he's improved every single year he's been in the majors. He's never regressed.
Yeah.
He just keeps getting better. Yeah, he started out the beginning of the season terrible, right? But then what happened?
That's what happened
he heated
with
up.
Lindor, and people
he
gave
figured it
up
out.
on Lindor, and people gave up on Judge. How do you give up on people that are honestly probably some of the best hitters of this generation?
Well, the reason
So
why
fast.
we give up on them is because we're New York fans, and because
Yeah,
we don't see instant results.
If you don't see instant results, it's over for you.
It's like, get him out of here, DFA.
That's my
It's over.
question. Do you think the Lindor deal is one of the best deals the Mets have ever signed, if not the best? Because Lindor has put up incredible numbers every year, and is not an all-star, by the way, but still every year, incredible numbers, and he's going to be here for 9 more years, 8 more years.
I want to say Mike Piazza was one of the better.
Mike Piazza is the greatest deal. Mike Piazza is a top 3 player in Mets history, if not one.
That guy was an incredible hitter.
We'll ever see a better catch. Mike Piazza is the greatest catcher of all time. It's hard to
Oh, whoa!
No
back up!
There's no denying that. There's no denying
Oh gosh,
that.
I could see the comments already from this one. Mike Piazza,
Maybe not the greatest catcher of all time, but one of the greatest catchers of all time. We'll put it there. One of the greatest catchers of all time.
All right, sure, whatever you say.
Well, because Mike I've never seen someone with the ability to hit like that and still play premium defense like Mike Piazza. Come on.
He was a great player. Don't get me wrong. Even as a Yankee fan,
and he was so consistent.
I admired what he did.
His jersey is on right now. Right now, Piazza, 31.
Pizza.
This is a 2000.
As a matter, you know what? Just seeing that is making me want to go have a slice of pizza. So we're gonna end this now because I'm gonna get some pizza.
End this now, of course. If you like what you see, like, subscribe. Turn on notifications. That gives you reminders whenever we upload a new episode. New episode will probably go up on Sunday for next week when the Mets, I think, will be in Chicago. Yankees probably back home. Once again, hope you enjoyed this episode.
Thank you for listening, and keep up with the support. Thank you for everything.